Wednesday Night Baseball now from Fenway Park in Boston. Tonight we wrap up this 3-game series between the Oakland A's and the Boston Red Sox. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Rick Porcello, a right-hander from the Garden State of New Jersey, gets the ball here. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy's done a real good job on the year keeping the opponent's batting average down. Both righties and lefties coming into this one, hitting under 250 against this guy. He's been good all season long.
And next up will be Franklin Barreto. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
Third baseman, number 1, Franklin Barreto.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Waiting on it is Benintendi. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. And here's a shot of the Athletics starting lineup for this one. Anybody catch your eye, Dan?
Well, Matt, you got to love what Jonathan Lucroy does for this offense. He's such a consistent performer this year, and coming in, he's right up there in the American League leaders in hitting. I love watching this guy play, and I hope he puts on a show today.
Digging in the switch hitter, Jed Lowry, in his career against Porcello, batting .500, 4 for 8. First pitch coming. Here it is. That's a ball. And that one stayed too low, apparently. Guys, this Red Sox ball club entering play here tonight. They've been hot of late, winners in 4 straight.
Oh, yeah, Matty boy, it's time right here, D-Row, to start getting greedy. You win the first 2 of a 3-game set at home. It's time to get greedy and go for the sweep.
Yeah, you got to take care of business in front of your home fans, without question. That's exactly what this team's doing.
So let's take a look at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Joe McDonald.
Hey, Joe McDonald, he's a tough guy to figure out sometimes, D-Row. One inning, he'll be given that inside corner. The next inning, he doesn't give much of that inside corner. His zone fluctuates a lot.
You know, Dan, you could see some definite confusion on the face of some hitters today. Questioning in the strike zone. One pitch is a strike on the outer half. The next time it's a ball. Kind of a little cat and mouse with the umpire when you should be focused on the pitcher.
And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2. And it's fouled away. The 2-2 one more time. And this runs inside, and that looked like it got him pretty good.
Yeah, it was a great battle there, and he was 1 strike away from putting him away. As a pitcher, you hate to put a guy on for free after all that work.
Next up for the A's, Stephen Piscotty. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. From the stretch. Here's a first pitch changeup that swung on and shot foul right at home plate. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Hey, I know it's early and we're in the first right here, but he's going to have to work that heater to both sides of the plate. He cannot get away with missing over the heart of the plate all night.
Oh, 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive.
Hey, I don't mind you throwing a fastball in this situation, but I think if we're being honest with ourselves, that one caught a little bit too much of the plate.
Tried to work it back to that low inside corner, but it misses. 1-2.
Well, that 2-seam fastball ran a little too much off the plate, but now that sets him up to work with something away and maybe even an off-speed pitch.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss as he ran that 2-seamer right by him for the second out.
Well, that's just a quality pitch right there. The location was excellent because if it's put in play, there's a good chance it's on the ground for a double play. And hey, a strikeout always works too.
So here's the Oakland cleanup batter, Chris Davis. And the home-away splits tell us he's actually quite a bit better hitting on the road than he is at home. Here comes the first pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball. Ready with the 0-1. Hit sharply on the ground to the left. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
He looked a little bit out in front right there, but he's able to pull that ground ball through the hole for a single.
That'll bring up the power hitter, Matt Olson, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. The average not quite where he wants it, down in the 220s. 8 home runs and 23 driven in.
Here we go, guys. Come on.
Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1.
Hey, I get it. You're all in fastball. You're pulling the trigger at almost anything. That is way too high. He's going to have to lower his sights.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Is swung on and driven out to right center field. A ball that's well hit. And this will get over the wall, in fact, so just the 1 run will be allowed to score.
Really unfortunate there. Obviously, the runner at second base was going to score easily, but it's possible they could have waved the runner around from first as well. We'll never know, though, as he's forced to hold the runner at third because of the ground rule double.
Here's Matt Joyce now, as he'll take a look at a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1.
That's how quick an inning can potentially get away from you out there. You get the first 2 outs pretty quick. Next guy gets on, and now you're staring the number 4 hole hitter in the face with a runner in scoring position.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. And this is fouled at the plate. Davis on third. Olson at second with 2 gone. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. But the A's get a run on this RBI double. Bottom of the first coming up. It's now 1-0 in favor of the A's. Jarrell Cobb, the pitcher from the Virgin Islands, is the starter on the mound. Dan, any thoughts?
Yeah, Matt, his last one wasn't very good, mainly because of control issues. Walked 5 batters in his last start, and he certainly can't do that in this one here, or he's going to come out of the short end of this one.
Settling in now, Dustin Pedroia. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. First delivery to him on the way. A cold strike on the inside corner. And Dan Dero, this Oakland ball club entering play here tonight. They've been fairly punchless of late, losing last time out and in fact dropping 6 of their last 7.
Yeah, guys, anytime you start a road trip, first 5 games you start 1-4, you're just trying to salvage. Do the fundamental things right. Try and sneak out a couple wins, get on the plane and get out of here.
1-1. Here it comes. Heading out towards shallow right. Piscotty's there for it. Makes the play. 1 away. With that, here's how the hometown Red Sox line up in this one. Dero, what's the word on this lineup as they go for the series sweep?
Matty, you take a look at this lineup, and they're frustrating to watch at times because they ground into the most double plays in the league. You want to talk about a pitcher's best friend. You finally get a guy on first base, and you're coming unglued. First pitch down below the knees, grounding into a double play and bailing everybody out. I need better approaches out of this lineup today.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And a fastball just a bit high. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Right over the middle, knee high. And able to lay off the fastball away here. 2-1 now. Now the 2-1. Will not catch the zone. Ball 3. Mookie Betts waits on deck. And a full count now. 3-2. Fouled away. Payoff pitch one more time. A ball hit softly on a line to third. Oh, but he robs him on a super diving catch.
That ball wasn't hit all that hard, but it had base hit written all over it until the infielder made a nice diving stab on that one.
Here's Mookie Betts looking to get on base and keep this first inning alive. First pitch coming. Here it is. Changeup in for a strike.
Well, if you could throw it for a strike consistently, a first pitch changeup is effective. Hitters are almost never looking for it.
The windup and the 0-1. Shot foul at the plate here, and it's 0-2. 2 out, nobody on. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2.
1-2.
The 1-2. And he lays off it to even the count. 2-2.
He's going to have to make adjustment on that slider away. He can't just make it a non-competitive pitch and allow these guys to take. He's got to start that a little bit more over the middle of the plate to get that swing and miss on the outer half.
And that jammed him a bit there as it's fouled at the plate. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Line shot to third, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Red Sox. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Stepping in, Jonathan Lucroy. And you see the numbers there. He's been very dangerous at the plate, to say the least. Pitch on the way. Up and away to start the inning. It's 1-0. The 1-0 home. Misses for the second ball. Now the 2-0 is in there for strike one.
Pretty good pitch to hit there that he let go. I know it's early and they're probably wanting to run his pitch count up, but he may not get another pitch like that to swing at the rest of the game.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hit high and deep to left field. Martinez is there. And he brings it in on the warning track.
All right, let's take a quick look at how the Red Sox set up on D today. And let me tell you about Mitch Moreland. We get it. Big, nasty, left-handed swinging first baseman. But if you were to rate the top defenders at that position, you wouldn't necessarily think of Mitch's name at the top. But I'm telling you what, he's exactly that. His buddies love the way he picks them out of the dirt.
Striding in for Oakland, Chad Pinder, and he's got that batting lineup near the 300 mark entering play. First pitch of the at-bat. Comes right after him with a fastball for a strike. This year against right-handed pitching, Pinder carries a hitting line just over the 280 plateau. The windup and the 0-1. Hit the other way out toward right field. Betts is there, 2 down.
Batting ninth, the designated hitter, Marcus.
Striding forward now is the DH, Marcus Semien. And as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against southpaws than he does against right-handers. First pitch on its way. The fastball here as you'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. And that one just missed outside.
2 outs here, and the focus needs to stay sharp. You don't want that lineup turning over in an inning if you can help it.
Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. He takes the turn and heads for second. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone. So perhaps some new life in the inning here with a 2-out double in the second. And his total currently best on the ball club through these first 6 or so weeks of the young season. Striding in once again, Franklin Barreto. He flew out in his last at-bat. Here's the first pitch to him. Shoots this one over to first. Moreland's there. And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. DeRozan and I return to Boston after this. Leading off the inning, J.D. Martinez, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Missed with a slider. Cotton is a native of the Virgin Islands in the Caribbean. He was a 20th round selection during the first-year player draft of 2012.
Hey, this guy's got a chance to be an absolute steal. Being drafted where he was, there are definite signs that he has a chance to make an impact at the big league level.
2 balls and no strikes now to the Red Sox left fielder. Martinez swings the bat and throws from the right side and stands at 6'3". He was a 20th round selection back in the 2009 MLB draft.
Man, coming out of the late rounds, you have to grind for everything. Nothing is given to you. And this guy has turned himself into a very solid big league ball player. That's a big accomplishment. Hey, boys, you talk about getting your A swing off. That's what it looks like right there. A guy with massive power letting it eat.
Drilled to the right side. Lowry's got it. And that's out number 1.
All right, guys, here's how the Oakland A's are lining up defensively. And let's take a look at outfielder Stephen Piscotty. Stanford grad, so you know he's got the smarts and the baseball acumen to get it done out there. Big middle of the order bat, big time arm from right field as well.
The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line. He's ready. Here's the first offering. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Pinder backs up and takes care of it. 2 away.
Batting fifth, first baseman.
There's the first baseman now, Mitch Moreland. He's back in the starting lineup for this one after sitting out last night's game. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Hit hard to the right side. Lowry's got it. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. The three of us return with more Wednesday Night Baseball after this. Digging in to try it again, Jed Lowry. He's got to be looking for vengeance after getting plunked in his last at-bat. First delivery to him on the way. And a fastball just a bit up. Now the 1-0. And this pitch is lined softly down the line and left. And he dives, but he can't make the play. It lands foul. The 1-1 home. Takes a pitch for strike number 2.
All right, let's take a step back right here. He's down 1-2, 3 fastballs in a row. There is no way he's throwing him a fourth.
The 1-2. Is a breaking ball in off the plate.
Don't be shocked if he doesn't go right back to that same pitch. You could tell he jelly-legged him at the plate a little bit, froze him, but just missed the zone.
Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2. And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin inning number 3.
And don't forget, he lost his last time out, so he wants to get off on the right foot here. The last thing he wanted was to walk the leadoff man.
Outfielder Stephen Piscotty the next to hit.
You can do it, Red Sox.
He's set. Here it comes.
That's a ball.
And a fastball just a bit high. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
Boy, not exactly what you'd like as a pitcher. One of the keys is to minimize your pitches, attack the strike zone early, a lot of deep counts, and working himself into a lot of trouble.
Fastball is looked at for strike 2. Here now the 2-2. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. But this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. Ready with another 2-2. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Just flat out froze him there. Nothing too deceptive about that four-seam fastball, so I think he wasn't expecting it at all.
Here's Chris Davis now, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Ooh, good changeup, just missed inside. Lowry, base runner at first with 1 out. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1.
I don't blame him for not coming over the heart of the plate. He circled this guy on the lineup card when he got to the yard today. He's been swinging one of the hotter bats in the game.
Swing and a screamer, but this one's not going to stay fair. The 2-2. Bottom dropped out on him, and that's a strikeout. And he'll make it into scoring position here with 2 away, as that'll be scored a wild pitch. That'll bring up the power hitter, Matt Olson. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. With runners in scoring position this season, Olson is hitting just over the benchmark 300 plateau. Source of pride for him, I'm sure.
These are the type of hitters that absolutely frustrate a pitching staff and a pitching coach. He's not trying to do a ton of damage, but he's certainly going to put the ball in play and be a pest the entire season.
The 1-1 home is taken for strike 2. Inside and a hair low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Boy, his pitch count is really spiked here in this inning. He's up to over 50 already.
Fouled off. Now another 2-2. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 1 left for Oakland, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Next up for the Red Sox, Eduardo Nunez, 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. A high fastball is in there. The 0-1 delivery. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Hit hard to the right. Foul.
That wasn't a terrible pitch right there, but if he's going to execute and get this swing and a miss, he's going to have to get that ball a little bit further down, maybe even protect.
There's a swing and a high drive into left center field, but it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard, and he is into third with a leadoff triple.
Well, you can't fault the center fielder's efforts there. He tried to track it down, but I don't think he had much of a chance to get there. His teammates will eventually help him out, but by that time, he's safely at third.
Striding in for Boston, Rafael Devers, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Line to the right side. Base hit, and that'll get a run in.
Hey, Dero, there's a prime example of a little ambush piece, right? Come up there looking to hit right off the get-go. First pitch comes in, whack, base hit.
Yeah, you want to know if this guy was ready to go? He had a game plan. Hashtag ambush. Here we go now.
Standing in now, Christian Vasquez, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line. Has a look, now the pitch. On its tailor-made to short. 6, 4, 3, and they turn the double play. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and it's back to the top of the lineup now for Dustin Pedroia. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Hit down the third base line. Barreto's got it. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. A run on 2 hits in the inning for Boston. On now to the top of inning number 4. All tied at 1-1. Here's Matt Joyce now. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Matt Joyce.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1. Behind 0-2 now. And right into the shift. Bogarts has it. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Now batting.
Time now for the Red Sox Road to the Show report as we get a look at 2 guys making some noise in the upper minors. In is the catcher Jonathan Lucroy. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch on its way. Swinging a ground ball to third. Long throw. Got him. That is a terrific play.
The batter, shortstop.
And that brings up Chad Pinder. Flied out in his first at bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. Here's the first pitch to him. And a neck-high fastball that time. The 1-0. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. A shortstop behind with a 1-2 count.
Obviously not where he wanted that curveball to end up, but I guess it fooled him enough to get the swing and miss.
The 1-2. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2.
I like that they went away with that pitch right there. They really tried to tie him up on that previous pitch, so he was probably what we call inside conscious. He didn't get a strike there, but I'm guessing he was looking for another ball in.
Full count, 3-2. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Ground ball foul down the left side. Another full count pitch home. Oh, and he lets him off the hook there, as this isn't even close for ball 4.
Well, that was a slider in a 3-2 count, and it just didn't tempt him enough to get a good swing. A good job of pitch recognition and knowing the strike zone to draw the free pass there.
Trying to pick things up where we left off, Marcus Semien. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. From the stretch. Ground ball sent back up the middle. And Pedroia will stretch, but it's into center field for a base hit.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball's going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
And next up will be Franklin Barreto. In the dirt, goes to third with it. The tag's there, and he's out trying to steal third. Great throw. The A's strand one. Will go to the bottom of the 4th, tied 1-1. Stepping into the box, Xander Bogaerts set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Xander Bogaerts.
Here comes the first pitch. Hit on the ground toward the left. And they will not get him at first as he's able to leg out the throw.
I know that has to be frustrating from a pitcher's standpoint, but nice execution, nice hustle. Bottom line, nice hustle. Pitcher's still one good pitch away from getting a double play.
You know, Dero, one of the things you want to do is make quality pitches as a pitcher, and there's not much you can do right there. You make a pretty good pitch, and the next thing you know, you have a leadoff single on an infield ground ball.
First delivery to him on the way. And a changeup here misses off the corner to start him out. It's ball 1. Bogaerts gets his lead at first, nobody out. Now a throw over to first, and he has to dive, but he's back in easily. The runner. Bogaerts takes off. Pitch swung out and missed the throw. It skips in and he's safe. Close play, but he's in there.
That's pretty savvy base running, right? A lot of pitchers don't throw over twice in a row, so I think he was going on first movement, and it worked out nicely.
One run on 3 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Well, it's 2-1 now, and we haven't seen a fastball from him in this at bat yet. As a hitter, you've probably got to sit on that right now.
Hit the other way out toward right field. Piscotty's there for it. He makes the play. Runner tags and heads for third. And he is in there. Stepping in and ready for another shot, J.D. Martinez. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And he holds up here, but the pitch is a cold strike anyway.
This is a situation where the offensive player just needs to do his job. Take inventory, infield back, get you a ground ball somewhere in the infield, preferably off the corners, and get your team a lead.
0-1 count. Here it comes. Here's a strike.
This is where, as a batter, you got to find a way to put something in the outfield. Get something elevated. I know you got to battle with 2 strikes and protect, but if anything is belt or above, you got to swing. The 0-2 home. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Hey, I can understand why he wanted to elevate the fastball right there. This batter's eyes have been lit up since he stepped in the box. Let's see if he gets him fishing on something breaking in the dirt right here.
The 1-2. Misses, ball 2.
All right, no more hoping he's going to chase. It's 2-2 now. You've got to come up with the best pitch right here because this is definitely a strikeout situation.
1 run on 3 hits and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. Still even at 2-2. Working for the punch out and the offering, and a fastball blew it right by him, and they're 2 down.
That strikeout changes the whole complexion of the inning. He was definitely pitching for it with a runner on third and 1 out, and he got it. Now it's going to take a hit or something like a wild pitch to get that guy home.
Stepping in now, Andrew Benintendi. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Now the 1-0. Swing, high drive, deep down the left field line. This ball is slicing. Davis is there, and he puts this one away for the 3rd out. So a great job there of working out of potential trouble. Red Sox leave 1. 5th inning coming up, tied at 1. So the batting order turns over now and set to go Franklin Barreto. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. First pitch coming. Here it is. And that one stayed up a little high. And that one stayed too low, apparently.
Well, we all know he's not the greatest threat with the bat up there. His numbers certainly aren't that pretty. But, hey, I give him credit. He's really working the count right here.
And now a pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Might have got a piece, actually. It's 2-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Pretty late with the swing there. As a pitcher, you have to recognize that and keep coming in with the hard stuff until he proves he can hit it.
On a good curveball gets him swinging for F number 1.
That was aggressive pitching in that at bat, and I like seeing that. He showed all hard stuff until the 5th and final pitch for the strikeout. When you work off your hard stuff, it really opens up your secondary pitches to be more deceptive.
Here's Jed Lowry now. As with 1 away, he can't make contact on the first pitch. It's strike 1. It was a walk in his last trip. The windup and the 0-1. Line to the right side. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
That's a big knock right there for his confidence. He had seen it. You're walking to the plate. You know your average had dipped below 220 for the first time in a long time. Nice AB.
Ready for another shot now. Stephen Piscotty has gone down on strikes twice already in this one. And Dan, when you know you have a chance to hand someone a hat trick for the game, is there any extra motivation to punch him out again?
Hey, there's no doubt about that, Matt. When you have a good hitter like this and you punched him out twice already, you just want to continue to go out there and make good pitches and see if you can't dominate him for a 3rd time.
He's set and the pitch. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball one. On its way is pitch number 75. Right on it there, but this is foul over toward the first base dugout. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Waiting on it is Benintendi. 2 down. Ready once again, Chris Davis. 1 for 2. He singled and struck out in 2 trips. First pitch on its way. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. And a breaking ball stays outside. Runner aboard at first here with 2 gone in a 1-1 ball game.
Nope.
2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 is in there for strike number 2. Here now the 2-2 is looked at and the count moves full.
A lot of times you see guys in the middle of the order get worked away, but not right here. They're keeping it inside on him.
Another full count offering on its way. Line toward the alley in left center, and that's in there. Base hit. So now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Hey, nice job all around right there. He's able to get a head start, full count, 2 outs. You know he's going right there. Batter didn't come out of his zone, no. Drove a nice single into the outfield. Now we got runners on first and third.
In now, Matt Olson. As he'll take a breaking ball in off the plate for ball 1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. The 1-0 home. Flips the zone low and outside for a strike. Two and 1 to the A's first baseman.
Boy, he better get it back together here quick because he's got 2 guys on already. He's starting to lose location of that strike zone. He's got to throw a strike right here.
Let's see what they throw Olson on a 3-1 count. He struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. A's strand a couple. Halfway home, all even at 1 apiece. Ready for another chance. Mitch Moreland. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Moreland.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Ball one.
Ball one.
Oh, that's a tough call for Blue right there. Either way you call it, somebody doesn't like it. But hey, that's the life of an umpire.
Now the 1-0. Finds the zone, strike one. Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit. Set to deliver on 2-1. 2-2 the count. The 2-2. On the ground to the left side. Barreto fields cleanly, and the throw on to first will take care of him. So he's thrown out by the only man standing on the left side of the infield. One away. Digging in for his second at-bat, Eduardo Nunez. He scored after tripling in his first plate appearance. What's he got in store for us here? First pitch coming. Here it is. Down the third baseline. Scooped up on the backhand. And the throw is not going to be in time as he's able to reach base safely.
So frustrating, Hero. You make a good pitch and you get these guys that can run around and they're fast. You think you have an out, and all of a sudden it turns into an infield single.
Yeah, this is definitely part of his game, the ground attack, Dan. He's a speedster. He's going to get a ton of infield singles, and he knows how frustrated that pitcher is.
Here's a look over to first, and he'll get back in safely. And another throw over, and he'll dive back in safely. Another throw over, and he just manages to get his hand in. First pitch of the at-bat. Runners on the move for second. A bouncer up the middle. And that's the second out. Riding in, Christian Vasquez. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First delivery to him on the way. Strike taken to throw. He is not in time. Pretty close, but he got in there safely. Nunez on third with 2 out. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. 1 left for the Red Sox. We played 5 full, tied at 1 aside. Here's Matt Joyce now. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one.
Center fielder, Matt Joyce.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he lays off there, 1-0. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Now the 1-0. And he fouls this one off. 1-1. And he gets around on one and hits it high and deep to straightaway right. Gone to lead off the inning. A solo home run there for Matt Joyce. Home run number 5 on the year, and the A's have grabbed a 2-1 lead.
I know I get big money for my expert analysis, but this is pretty simple. If you put a fastball up in the zone over the heart of the plate, this guy's going to turn it around in a heartbeat. This one was no shocker.
In is the catcher, Jonathan Lucroy. As he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
Not looking good after being down 0-2. I think at the very least you got to work this pitcher's count a little bit. Try and get back into a decent count where maybe you can come through.
1 ball and 2 strikes to the A's catcher. Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2.
Well, I'll tell you, he's not hitting over 300 by luck. He really knows the strike zone and his own strengths. That last take is a great example.
Lifted in the air to center field. On the run is Benintendi. 1 away. And that brings up Chad Pinder. It was a walk in his last trip. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. He'll hold off on the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball 1.
A great case of a manager sticking up for his pitcher right there and giving that umpire an earful. He didn't get that pitch called the way he wanted it to, but the manager's planting a seed in that umpire's mind to try to expand the strike zone so some of those borderline pitches start to go his pitcher's way.
A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. The 1-2. Is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
This inning didn't get started the way he'd hoped with that home run, but I've got to give him credit for flushing it and coming back here to get strikeouts on the last 2 guys. He's acting like it didn't even happen before.
Into the box, Marcus Semien. As he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball. 0-1. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1.
Not sure what he saw in that pitch, but it sure looked tempting. At least he held up. He must have been guessing.
Here's the 1-1. Down the first baseline, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. The 1-2. Line to the right side. So he'll add 1 to his total as that falls in. He's got 3 hits in this one.
Well, Dan, the sun goes down and this guy lights up right here. That's his 3rd knock of the night.
Talk about having a good night. 3 hits, and hey, he might have another at bat or 2 before this one ends.
Prior to the at-bat, a check on first, and he'll dive back in. And next up will be Franklin Barreto, as he'll take a look at ball 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Now the 1-0 is a fastball down below the knees. Now the 2-0. 3-0 now. Semien leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. And a good at bat that time as he lays off for ball 4, and as a result that'll move a runner up into scoring position now with 2 away.
He did not want to let the hitter off the hook with 2 outs, and now he's got a runner in scoring position to deal with.
Here's Jed Lowry now, and after that quick walk, is it fair to wonder if this starter is beginning to show signs of getting tired?
Yeah, that could be the case, Matty. Sometimes you just lose your focus, lose your command, but it'll be real important for him to get it back as this next hitter walks up to the plate.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch drilled on the ground to short, and he'll go the short way to retire the side. The A's strike for 1 on the solo homer. Bottom of the 6th is straight ahead. It's now 2-1 A's. Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia. And Dan, he and his fellow top of the order hitters haven't really offered much help for this lineup so far.
No, your 1, 2, 3 guys are the ones you look to generate a lot of action. They just haven't been up to the task so far in this one. Still time for them to turn it around, though. We'll see if it happens.
First pitch of the at-bat. Leaves a slider up high, but it's taken for a strike.
You know, guys, sometimes guys don't like pulling the trigger 0-0. They want to see something go by, calibrate the speed, calibrate the break, and then make their adjustments off that. Maybe that's the case right here.
Swing and a little tapper, but that one rolls foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Heading out towards shallow right. And that'll get down for a base hit.
Boy, after that base knock right there, D-Roll, he extends his hitting streak to 7 games.
Yeah, and you can tell he's made some necessary adjustments at the plate. Anytime you're getting a knock every day of the week, you're doing things right. Keeping that front shoulder tucked, staying inside the ball, not trying to do too much.
From the stretch. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. Low-scoring game thus far. 2-1 here in the 6th. 2 balls and no strikes for Bogaerts. And a very low strike there. Trying to speed up the game, perhaps. It's 2-1.
Pretty adamant about working him inside right now. Back-to-back fastballs, and that one was able to find the zone.
That's ball.
Oh, tough pitch. Things just not going his way on the mound right now. 3-1. Mookie Betts will be next. Ready on 3-1. Here's the pitch. Hit down the line at first. And he will take ball 4. First and second now with nobody out.
Always tough to issue a free pass, but especially troublesome when you give up a single right before that to start the inning. We'll see if he can figure out a way to wiggle out of this.
Ready for another chance? Mookie Betts, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Here's the first pitch to him, and it's fouled away. 0-1 count, and the pitch. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball.
Big spot right here. That's a great pitch to try and see if you could get him to fish outside the zone. He's still in the driver's seat right now, and I'd expect something else to miss off the plate.
The 1-2 is laid off for ball 2.
Kind of pitching him backwards in this AB. Soft stuff early, then those last two were fastballs, trying to get it right by him.
First and second here with nobody out. And he lays off a pitch off the plate and high. 3-2.
Wow, this is a pretty good at bat right here. From down in the count 0-2 to work the count back to 3-2. And he's seen a lot of pitches too.
Count still full. 3-2. From the stretch. High in the air down the right field line. But this will wind up being a foul ball.
He's just having a hard time putting this guy away. 4 foul balls in this AB. I don't think this pitcher has got something that he can get a swing and a miss on.
Fly ball out toward left center field. On the move is Joyce. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Digging in to try it again, J.D. Martinez. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. He's set. Here it comes. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
He's obviously been very impressive on the mound in this one, and I think the big reason why is his ability to stay out of the middle of the zone. That's kind of obvious, but it's clear to me that even when he misses his spots, he's not missing over the plate.
Pedroia at second. Bogarts is over at first with 1 away. Skied into straightaway right. Piscotty's there for it. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. Now a ball lined to the left side, but foul. The 1-1. High and deep to right. Piscotty looks up. Gone. He uses that short porch to an advantage home run. So it's a 3-run shot to straightaway right field. Home run number 5 on the year, and it moves the Red Sox out to a 4-2 lead.
Man, that's painful for a pitcher. He almost worked himself out of a jam by getting 2 straight outs, but he made a mistake right there and paid the price. 3-run home runs like that can be so deflating.
Here comes Bob Melvin now out of the Oakland dugout. And a change is forthcoming, as that's going to do it for his starter here this evening. 5 2/3 innings of work on his final ledger, as he was not particularly sharp from the get-go here.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Oakland, number 15, Emilio Rosales.
Here's the first baseman now, Mitch Moreland. As he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Started that swing a bit too early. Now the pitch. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2. Ready on 1-2. Hits this one hard the other way. Barreto brings it in. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. But the Red Sox push across 3 on the strength of a 3-run home run. Part of the order. 3-4-5 coming up to start the 7th. It's now 4-2 Boston. Welcome back to Fenway Park here in the great city of Boston. Red Sox on top in this one as we get set for the 7th. But first, here's a look at our game summary to this point. Tyler Thornburg will come on in relief here and appear in game number 25 on the year so far.
Tyler Thornburg.
Outfielder Stephen Piscotty the next to hit. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast? They could certainly use that right now.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Up around the face. The 1-0 home is taken. Strike 1.
Sweep him, guys.
The 1-2. Fouled away. Lays off the 1-2 changeup, and he's worked it back to 2-2. The 2-2 is laid off, and the count runs full.
Yeah, well, down 2. You better believe they gladly take a leadoff walk right here. Anything to get a base runner on and get that tying run to the plate.
Fouled off. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Liner towards second. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield.
Boy, talking about making a pitcher work, D-Row. 8-pitch at bat finally leads off to a base hit.
I got to be honest with you. After the 7th pitch, you start to get in auto swing mode. He could have thrown the rosin bag and he would have took a hack at it. So hats off to him, not only battling for 8 pitches, but getting the result.
Here's Chris Davis now, as he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. Oh, and that is right down the middle for strike 2.
Can't say he's tickling around the zone. Those last 2 pitches were pretty much grooved right down the middle, but it didn't bite him.
Here it comes on 0-2. Curveball bounces, and this one gets away. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch.
That was definitely a 2-strike curveball there. The catcher turns his glove over and tries to make himself big to block it, but with no luck. The ball skips away, and it scored a wild pitch.
Popped him up. Vasquez waits on it. And that's the first out of the inning.
I'm sure his eyes lit up when he saw that curveball hanging in the zone, but maybe he tried to do too much with it because basically he hit it straight up. No doubt he wants that pitch back, and the pitcher, he just dodged a bullet.
That'll bring up the power hitter, Matt Olson, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1.
This is going to be an interesting at-bat. I think he has to be pitching for a strikeout here, so we'll see what kind of sequence he uses.
Now the 0-1. Missed low and inside with it. 1-1. One and 2 now. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Here now the 2-2. Pulled toward right center field. Benintendi in pursuit. 2 gone.
Now batting, center fielder, Matt Joyce. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Red Sox, number 39, Carson Bell.
Trying to pick things up where he left off, Matt Joyce. And with men on base and 2 away, it feels like this at-bat could go a long way toward deciding this thing.
No doubt, Matt. A base hit here changes this game quite a bit. But if they can't score here, it looks pretty bleak for them heading into the last couple of innings.
Sit him down.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. And that one just missed outside. The 1-0 is a changeup that's looked at for a ball.
Watching him on the mound right now, I think he's just having trouble throwing strikes to this guy. Up only 2 runs. I don't think he's working around him.
Outside, 3-0 now.
Are you kidding me up?
And he finally gets a sinker over here for a called strike 1.
It'll be interesting if he comes in the zone aggressively again here. With the base open, he doesn't have to.
Swing and a miss much too early, and that makes it a full count.
That is such a tough pitch to lay off right there, but you have to find a way. There's nothing you're going to do with that low sinker except foul it into your shin or hit a ground ball to the left side.
That's in there. Base hit. And the runner at third will put the brakes on here as they didn't want to chance it even with 2 outs.
Now batting.
You know, it's funny. The first 2 strikes are for the fans. You're trying to put balls in the seats right there. With 2 strikes, it's for the team. You got to shorten up and find a way, and that's exactly what he did right there. Soft liner into right field for a base hit.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Righty against righty as this is taken for a ball. It's 1-0. One 1-0 pitch on the way. Sinker stays outside and is behind now 2-0. Two-0 count. The pitch very weakly on the ground. Foul ball, however, strike one. In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. So the lead runner holds on, but the trailer will take second. Piscotty, the runner at third. Joyce on at second with 2 down. Line drive to left. Martinez is there, and he puts this one away for the 3rd out. So a great job there of working out a potential trouble. A's strand a couple. Still down by a count of 4-2.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Oakland, number 66, Ryan Dahl.
Ready for another shot now. Eduardo Nunez already 2 for 2. He'll look to add on right here.
Eduardo Nunez.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Looks like a right-hander's gotten up to throw now in the Oakland pen. The 1-0. His fastball taken high for a ball. Three and 0 now. Three and 1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
The 3-1 finds the zone to fill the count. 3-2.
Hey, excellent job to get yourself back in this count after throwing 3 consecutive balls. You got a chance to get an out right here.
Lifted in the air out towards left center. Chasing after it is Joyce. He's got it 1 away. Rafael Devers the next to bat. A hit in 2 tries so far. Here's the first pitch to him. First pitch fastball in on the fists for ball 1. 7th inning here at the ballpark. 4-2 our score. Hit high and deep, carrying towards the corner. And he will run this one down. A good read off the bat for the 2nd out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Christian Vasquez. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate. First pitch coming. Here it is. And that one stayed too low apparently. Here's the 1-0. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. Here it comes. 2-0. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at.
That's a nasty pitch right there. You got to tip your hat as the hitter. You get a nasty slider like that, there's nothing you can do. Actually, a quality take.
A fastball right down the middle for a strike. 2 out, nobody on. Count remains 2-2. The 2-2 one more time. Swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Red Sox go down 1-2-3 as they can't add to their 4-2 lead. Zach Duke has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 32, Zach Duke.
Riding in once again, Chad Pinder. He went down on strikes last time up. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a fastball just below the knees, ball 1. The 1-0 home is looked at for the first strike.
Let's get a sweep. That's ball
No
2.
offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. The 2-1 is a fastball taken on the inner half for a strike.
One of my favorite pitches in the game right there. The old Greg Maddux equalizer. Started at the front hip and bring it back.
Ready with the 2-2 pitch. Ran that one in on him a bit as this time it's tapped foul at home plate. Swing and a miss as he couldn't connect on the 2-seamer, and that's out number 1.
Anytime a pitcher locates a fastball on the inside corner, it's going to be a tough pitch to hit. That one was spot on, and he had no answer for it.
Standing in now, Marcus Semien, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Trying to keep it going. A perfect 3 for 3 thus far. Here's the 0-1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. The 1-1 is taken for ball 2.
I got 2-1 the count.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
It'd be great right here if he was able to work himself on base. You got the leadoff hitter on deck, and you know the middle of the order's coming up right behind him.
And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
Yeah, the guy's been on fire lately, hitting anything close, so I think this is the way to go here. Get the bat out of his hands any way that you can.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Franklin Barreto. And Dan, what's the plan of attack here for the guy on the mound?
Well, I think they have to go right after him. He's pretty unlikely to take you deep, but if you allow him to get on base, the chances of him scoring and tying this game become a lot greater.
First delivery to him on the way. In the dirt here. And no advance. It's ball 1. The 1-0 is a sharp slider taken low for a ball.
Well, you can see what he's trying to do right there. Double play situation. 2 balls down in the zone, trying to get that ground ball. Didn't get him to bite at either one. Now he's behind in the count, 2-0.
Outside, 3-0 now. Jed Lowry, who represents the possible go-ahead run here, waits in the on-deck circle. 3-0 pitch. Is a fastball center cut.
Counted 3-1.
The 3-1. Swinging a soft liner. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit.
Well, D-Roll, there's another base hit, making it first and second. They're piling up the hits on the day, but so far not many runs to show for it.
Yeah, definitely a few knocks in the cupboard makes you feel good, and the batting average goes up, but that doesn't help you win ball games. Somebody's got to come up with a nice AB with runners in scoring position.
And a good pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Getting late, 4-2 our score as we play the 8th inning. 0-2 the count to Jed Lowry.
I always felt 0-2 you had to cover away. If a guy's going to bury you in 3 times in a row, you tip your cap and walk back to the dugout, because that's not easy to do.
And now a curveball as he's got to lean out of the way. That one nearly got him. Lays off. 2-2 now. Swing and a miss, and Lowry's a strikeout victim here. 2 away.
That's a big strikeout there with the tying run over at first base. Now, with 2 outs, it becomes a lot more difficult to manufacture that guy home. Probably need a ball in the gap to give him a
Your
chance.
attention, please. Now pitching for the Red Sox, number 33, Matt Barnes.
Stephen Piscotty will be his first assignment here as he'll face him with runners at first and second and 2 away. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he takes a pitch right down the middle. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. A swing and a liner to left center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Here comes the tying run home. He scores, and the A's have tied it. It's a 4-4 game.
You know, D-Row, in today's game, it's not easy scoring in the late innings, so that RBI base hit to tie things up, that comes at a really good time.
Yeah, I say it's not easy. They got 11 guys in the bullpen, and I don't think a guy throws under 97 miles an hour with sinking cut. That is unbelievable he's able to get that knock in that big spot.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Comes right after him with a fastball for a strike. Career numbers against Matt Barnes. He's 1 for 3. Go ahead runs in scoring position here with 2 down.
Let's sit him down right here.
A fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss.
Well, these hitters can expect to see a heavy dose of that big fastball from this reliever. It's a major part of his arsenal.
And he fouls this one off.
Hey, great job just to be able to foul that one off. In today's game, that's what we're seeing. North-south. Pitchers want to elevate, want to get you out above the zone or below it.
And he chased it in the dirt. Vasquez is after it. And that ends the inning. So it's 2 runs on 2 base hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. Home half of the 8th, straight ahead, and we are tied 4-4. Liam Hendricks is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
31, Liam Hendricks.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Dustin Pedroia. He'll have a new pitcher waiting for him as we begin their half of the 8th. First delivery to him on the way. Takes a knee-high fastball. Looking at strike 2, a fastball that catches the inside corner. Missed with a slider.
I know you have to protect the strike zone when you get the count to 2 strikes, but on an 0-2 pitch that misses by that much, it's pretty easy for a hitter not to swing at that one.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first down.
Boy, there's nothing like seeing a good power pitcher that has a good fastball. What does he do? He just throws this good fastball right by, brings the express. No chance to put that ball in play.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball 1. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Two 2-0 now. Action in the bullpen now as a right-hander begins to throw out there. The 2-1 home. This one's flared off to the right side. In comes Piscotty, and a diving effort, but he can't make the play in right. Around second now, and they still haven't flagged this one down. Go ahead run heading for the plate, and a relay home. He's safe at the plate, and they've taken the lead here in the 8th.
Boy, the home fans are loving that inside to Parker. Looked like he was carrying a piano around his back when he rounded third, but he made it. Somebody get him an oxygen mask.
Here's Mookie Betts, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. In previous meetings with Liam Hendricks, he's gone 4 for 9. The windup and the 0-1. Breaking ball's in for a strike. Good waste pitch, 1-2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Now batting.
Digging in once again, J.D. Martinez. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Here's the first pitch to him. Tough slider down low for a strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball in for a strike.
This is why this guy is so effective. He's able to pound the zone, get ahead in the count, and now he has so many options to go to. I really couldn't tell you. It's a flip of the coin as to what he's going to throw right here.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2.
Those 0-2 curveballs are really tough for guys to lay off. There's a reason it's such a common pitch in that count, but he did well to spit on it there.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Sharp slider that time, just missed inside.
Well, I kind of wonder if he's not being as aggressive as he was before that home run. Hey, this is a guy that can burn you again, so I don't really blame him.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. On the ground to third. Barreto's got it. And the throw to first is in time, but the damage has been done as the side is retired. So just the 1 hit in the inning, but it's a home run that pushes them out in front. We played 8 full. The Red Sox lead it 5-4. Craig Kimbrell comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the ninth.
Number 46, Craig Kimbrell.
Matt Olson will be charged with trying to start a rally in the ninth as they go to work against Kimbrell.
Looks like a tall order trying to tie or take the lead against this guy who leads the league in saves.
First pitch of the at-bat. Off we go in the ninth as the first pitch misses for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out.
All right, that's when you got to tell yourself to slow down a little bit right there. Out in front on a fastball, hit it hard, but pulled it foul.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1, and it's fouled away. He struck him out. The third time he's fanned in the game.
When your closer comes in and strikes out the first guy he faces, everyone on the team can kind of take a deep breath. Still have 2 more outs to get, but retiring that leadoff guy is always huge when you're trying to shut a game down.
He's set and the pitch. And that one right down Main Street.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
Ran one in on him there as this is hit softly to third. And that gets down, and we'll see if that's extra bases. And there's your tying run at second base with a 1-out double.
Up next for Oakland.
Man, that swing looked like self-defense than a real quality swing. But, hey, he muscled it out there, and it was enough to get him safely to second. Those are the kind of hits that will drive you nuts as a pitcher.
In is the catcher, Jonathan Lucroy. Up and in here as he had to bend out of danger. Missed with a breaking ball. The 2-0. Now a ball hit foul down the line in right and in amongst the fans. The 2-1. And look out as that one ran in and got him.
Well, he might be feeling a little bit of a sting there, but he can take comfort in knowing that he represents the go-ahead run. That could turn out to be a huge hit by pitch.
Ready once again, Chad Pinder, who could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. From the stretch, there's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1.
No doubt, some saves come easier than others, and I know this all too well. They're really making wrapping this thing up a difficult task.
A 1-0 delivery. It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. And nearly a 3-run shot. Instead, it's a foul ball. High and deep down the left field line. And that will end up a foul ball. The 1-2 pitch. Got him. And he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time.
Oh, man, he's been absolutely getting overmatched at the plate the last couple of games. That's his 5th strikeout in this series alone. So clearly this pitching staff, they figured out how to attack this guy. We'll see if he can make any adjustments.
Next up for the A's, Marcus Semien. And it looks like this could be a critical at-bat in this one.
Well, a glance at my scorebook shows they haven't been able to get him out yet. So this could be a fun at-bat to watch.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Popped him up. Devers is there for it. Makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
Hey, we were really treated to a good one today. Bottom of the 8th proved to be the difference, though, and a good job here in the 9th to close the book on this one.
This evening's game comes to an end. 5-4, the final tally. Boston came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure the victory. Matt Barnes gets the win in relief, his 2nd of the year. Craig Kimbrell hammers down the save, his 16th of the season. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click over to theshownation.com.